Okay, so my name is Aika Paul, and I will be covering the chapter 4, International Monetary Systems. Okay, so first we will going to look up the international trade and exchange rate. So from the first until the end, we will just use the analogies of country A and country B, just two countries. So let's say for each country we have our own currency, right? Let's say USD and also Japan. And also FIAT, fiat money, which means that it's just kind of the paper, like for example cash. It doesn't have any value, but when the government they decided to have some value, so it study has the currency, the value currency. For example, actually cash is just a cash, right? So just a paper. But when the government decided, so it becomes a value, and so that we can exchange and goods and services. Okay, so basically, people buy and sell goods. Both countries, we can buy and sell products. So goods can be from our home or the other countries. So in this case, there is no difference in goods. It doesn't matter where the goods come from, A or B. Okay, so a product from A or B is treated the same. So let's look at the exchange rate. We summarize it ET. So exchange rate means how much B's money you get per unit of A money. Let's say $1 USD, how much we can get in Thai baht. So we get, I just simply give 1 USD, 150 yen in Japanese. So what can we do with 1 unit of A monies? So option AB. So exchange rate means we can use it in A to buy good A's in our country, or we can exchange that money to buy B in the B country, or we can exchange A money to buy A goods, or either we can use it in B country B goods. Okay, so how exchange rates affect which money people want? So in this case, we just simply note that basically everyone have to live 2 ages, like the young age, and then we become older, right? So let's say all people in both countries want to buy goods, and everyone wants them to get the most value for their money, which means that our money we want our money to be high value, high money. So if we have A monies, we can buy our goods in A, or either we can exchange B monies to buy B goods. Okay, so which money is more wanted? So if our country get more valued, so we value our currency, right? So if A monies get more value than B, so everyone wants A money. We value USD the most, or the pound, British pound, right? So if B monies get lower currency value, so we don't want to use that money. Okay, here is the problem. One money becomes useless. So when one currency buys less, people stop money, and the less valuable money becomes unwanted, right? This is just simple analogy. When are both currency value the same? So how do we calculate it when how much our currency does it have how much value, right? So in this case we use this equation. So VAT equal to ET times VBT. So VAT simply means how much stuff we can buy with money A for good A. So VBT simply means how much stuff we can buy with B money in B. So ET exchange rate. Let's look at this example. Let's say in country A, with one $8 we can buy 2 apples, right? So VAT 2. So in country B we can buy one $B with 4 apples, 4. So the exchange rate we calculated 0.5. So here, so the exchange rate between that country to country is 0.5. So if we want to balance that equation, we just simply want to get like VAT. So ET times VBT. So we get 2. So it becomes the same with 2. Now it's the same balance, we call it. So if we buy the same number of apple, whether we use the money in A or exchange the money, we can use this, we can get that apple with the same value. Okay? So this example is like, look at this, how many $8 does it take to buy B dollar? So 0.5 $8 per 1 B dollar, which means that if we want to use buy B dollar to get in a country, the exchange rate is $0.5. So it becomes, the balance becomes equal. Okay, let's look at foreign currency control and exchange rate. So what are the foreign currency control? So people in each country can only hold and use their own country, and country A can only save and spend their e-monies, and also old people can exchange their money to buy foreign goods, and young people can save their money for the future. So how is value of money decided? So how can we decide that our money and the other, like our Myanmar jets and Thai jets, how do we decide how much, like which currency has the most value? So in this case we use this equation. So equation 1.2. So we have VAT MAT equal to NAT times YBT minus CA1T. So MAT simply means money supply that total have in our country. So to the money in A. So NAT means the population. Now we just like use for example other people. So YA minus CA1T, which means how much people they want to spend. So B is the same for the B currency, the two country. So the exchange rate becomes like the previous exchange rate. ET is equal to VAT over VAT. So we simply manipulate it. So we get this equation. So okay, how do we decide which currency has the most valuable? So let's say for country A, number of old people we have population 100. And they each wants to spend like 5 units of goods, and their total country money supply is 500. And here also, when they calculate it, we get 1. So for country B, number of people only 100, and they want to spend 3 units of goods, money supply 300. So when they calculate it, only 1. So which means that 1, which means that they are equal the same value. Like Thai and our currency is the same. So the reason is that even though they like the money supply is bigger than here, they spend less. Like their total population, they spend less here units. So even though they produce they printed more money, but at the same time they also use more than here. So that's why when they calculate it, the same thing. So which means that their currency is equal value. So
This should be the law of like price.
yeah. So suppose B prints more money than country A. So they print like more than they print like 600 money supply, and they calculate that it becomes they get it 2, which means that B money is less valuable than the A country because they print more even though they don't spend more. and how many value and exchange rates over time. This is part one, and how it's like, it also depends on the time. So this is the equations, how does the money, like their exchange rates change over time. So we got VAT, value of country A, at time T, and A growth, and ZA, growth of money supply. So we got that equation. Okay, so let's look at time T, values of A, VAT is 10, B 5, then we calculated 2. This is today present. And at time T plus 1, we get it's moved to 12, and value of money 4. Then we get 3. So over time, based on the time period, we get 1.5. So this is the rate, the exchange rate increased from the previous time T. So how is the rate? The rate is like 1.5. So that's how we use these equations to get the time differences. So this equation is followed by the previous one. The same with the previous one, even the notation changes. So NA animate growth rate population, demand for money, how much people want it. And ZA is growth money supply, how much the country printed. So here is the scenario. To understand this one, here is just for like simple example. So population in A grow faster than in B. So country A gets more currency stronger. When A prints more money than B, so A money gets bigger. So we call it depreciation. So both have equal population growth, but A prints faster. Then what becomes is like A money gets bigger. So let's say both have equal money printing, but A's population faster, which means country A money get stronger. So it's also based on the consumption and also their population. Yes, I will continue, okay?
What's the question?
I just wonder, like, when you're talking about money demand and money supply, so the demand for foreign currency, the demand for local currency.
Demand for, it's not,
In the case of your previous.
yes. Demand for, it's not demand for currency, it's consumption in this, our whole country. Yeah. Like that. Like for example, even though like, if the government print more money, let's say, and the people don't spend it, it's more like their currency getting depreciation like that. So the more population also have to consume more to get their stronger. If not, there will be like many people people money, but no one spend. So even it's just like people money, like it becomes like in very basic term.
It seems to me that you have some question like evidence, like
Yeah.
okay, we all things for you guys to nothing questions.
Okay.
Maybe I have some questions.
Yeah. So let's look at fixed exchange rate equation of 1.6. So this concept is like that. How do we fix the exchange rate when the other country currency is like changing? So in this case, we use this formula. So and so ZA like money supply, ZB money supply in country B, and ZA growth rate of demand for money and growth rate of demand for money in the country B. So here is the example. If the country A's population grew at 4%, and when the B population is only 2, which is greater than the A, and the B country is printing money at 5% per year. So what should the country A have to do to adjust this with the country B? So in this case, when we calculate it using this formula, it's get 0.1, which means the country A must print 10% more money each year to keep the exchange rate with the country B. This is what we call a fixed exchange rate to adjust with the other country. Yes, thank you so much. Yes, questions are welcome.
We have like say we have like 100 more than 100 countries. How can we adjust the price point?
Yeah, this is just yeah. So if there's more country, we just put like more variable in this equation. So the thing is like this model is like just based on the simple assumption.
So
Yeah.
maybe that's why I want you to answer.
Yes. For your question, like he said, what this is only two countries, right? What if there will be many other countries, right? So actually, in my point of view, in reality, we don't adjust with many countries, right? We just adjust with like our neighboring country, like 4 or 5 countries, or what is happening, what is the currency in Thai, India, Laos, something like that. We don't, for example, in my country, we don't try to adjust with the US country. It's not possible, right? So for me, it's like, yeah, we can just simply put the another like variable in the equations, and yes, that's it for me. And yeah.
So actually, I have a question regarding that one. Because I'm quite interested too, because as a country, right, you're not like looking at just one currency, especially for your like top trading partners. Would you know Adrian how our governments or central banks do that?
I think different countries have different policies.
Different policy, but usually how do we do that? Like for Thailand, we're looking at US. So do we pay one by one per country?
No. Actually, we have what we call the currency baskets.
Currency basket.
For each country, we have the weighted average for each country in the currency basket. For example, we Thailand trade with our big trade partner like US. The weighted average of the US may be the dominates others currency.
So it's based on your trading partner.
Because in your country, it depends who is your major trade partner. Yeah. For every country, they have their own, but nobody knows about how many percent of the weighted average in the money basket. Otherwise, you're going to be rich. You will know exactly.
You can adjust the price.
Yeah. Some PhD students, they try to analyze all of this money currency basket to estimate how many percent of
Yeah, actually, like this book is really good. When I read, I get more. I didn't know at the time. And in this chapter 4, like there are more chapters to cover, but I just finished in this phase. We have like fluctuation, but I need more time to digest it. So
one question will be quite simple and easy. As we know that long time ago we have the bracket system. We trade with the commodities. In the bracket system, we trade with the commodities. So what is the disadvantage of that system? How can we change to be the present system?
Yes, when we look at in the currency history, like we first exchange with the goods, like for example the other like burden, right, the intermediate as an intermediate. So the problem is that let's say we in the even like in some village they use it like for one bread of loaf they give and the other they exchange with rice, right? So the problem is that even though I want to exchange with, I have bread and I want to get rice, but you don't need the meat of the loaf of bread. So we don't want to exchange with meat. So this is the main problem. So later and later, it doesn't in the market. There is a problem, right? We can't exchange with. So what is the great median? So it becomes and later in the industry they use gold, silver, quiet. They are also good at exchanging things and good services, but later the currency, like the paper one, it's the greatest. Actually, like when we deeply look at the paper cash, it doesn't have any like value, no value at all. We just, unless I say the government decided to, okay, this paper has one jet value, 1 baht, so it becomes, it's kind of a system. Like that's why the government can control like their price whatever they want. And except like the cash is just like intermediate that we can exchange something to get. So and it's now it's like becoming like the gold. Hey, we should go back to the gold like standard. So like that. So I don't know like. And on the other hand, now like they have also like digital currency like Bitcoin and something like that. So they are always changing, right? So yeah.
Okay, your question.
I'm just curious. I don't know if it's part of the topic because he in the presentation
Ask.
he mentioned like country A and B, right?
Yeah.
So what if like a country is closed economy, not trading, like North Korea? How do you think they do exchange rate or not? Or how do their currency values or appreciates? Or just curious. Just
Yes.
So you mean the school country have a difference? I mean, let's say there will be the capital country and the social country.
No, but I'm talking about like
Gross economy and
a country that is not.
They don't trade.
Yeah, not trading.
like Cuba or
Yeah, or North Korea.
so,
I'm
Yes.
just curious.
But I think it's not 100% pure. They close it. I think even in the North Korea, they have like yeah, tourism. People can go and visit like to the North Korea. So and we when we look at there is like YouTube, tourists like something like that. Yeah, even they also have like dollar. Because they have hotel and international airport, something like that. So it's not 100% the open, closed economy. And so follow that mind that how do they, target their exchange rate? Honestly, I don't know. So yeah, but for sure they are not very 100% closed economy. I think because they have like international active relationship. Because if we have money, we can also like visit to them. So they get international money. So yeah, that's all I can say. And that's why they have to rely on their goods, produced goods a lot. Even so yeah.
okay. Any question? Anything you'd like to ask you? Okay, thank you very much. Next, please. So the second person will present, and the fifth person will